What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of Match My Energy. This is Dennis Lee.
Hey, Jamal Caleb.
And here we are. Man, we got a whole lot going on in this past week. First off, most importantly, how was your week, man?
Hey, pretty good. Another long week of work. Actually was off this Friday, so just kind of ran some errands and stuff around town. Really chill, man. Weather's kind of cooling down. So, what about you, man? How the gym life?
It's something, man. I just did a giveaway, gave away some free sessions to new potential clients. Of course, I got my boot camps. I'm trying out new formats. It's definitely got people sweating. And I'm also trying to get my online stuff started here soon, just so that like I can extend my reach. But man, the weather's getting a little chilly over here, and it's Kansas.
I don't miss that, man. That was one of the biggest things I hated was the weather, man. Seeing that snow below 0 degrees, single digits, like that's a culture shock right there. Like
I ain't gonna lie, man. The weather while you was here, it was acting up because it ain't never went that crazy. It was.
Hey, man, I was in the crib, man, going crazy. I'm like, y'all going to work like this?
Oh, when they shut it down?
They ain't closing nothing down.
Oh, yeah.
They was like, okay, this is normal. They'll send a little salt trucks and they'll just keep it going. I'm like,
man, we used to have to stand on the bus stops.
Yeah, nah, I couldn't.
We was little kids out on the bus stop in that snow.
Yeah, that ain't for the week. I'll tell you. Y'all a little bit stronger than us, so in Georgia, so.
Man, but yeah, so it was crazy, man. Also, another reason why my week was a little bit, I'm gonna hold off on the cussing for the first maybe 5 minutes. I'm gonna try my best, but
yeah,
I'm gonna give y'all a couple minutes of clean work, but I'm gonna try. My week was a little bit horrible, mainly because this first week of basketball, man. I mean, it's been both great, but also as a Lakers fan, man. 0-5?
Yeah, as of recording right now, y'all 0-5.
Yeah,
winless.
Sunday.
The only Sunday team right winless.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? We got that. We got, shoot, the Nets are 1-5, I think.
Yeah, the Nets ain't looking too good. They just had like a little Steve Nash had like he pretty much talking about a dedication of the team. I think they had like a little players only meeting type of deal as well. That happened. So yeah, it's something's gonna change. And I think Steve Nash better, shape it up because that's his job. That's gonna be the first one to go. So
yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like, I think that like one of the things that I notice is a lot of times you'll see a point guard who is that dude in the league. We've seen this over and over where a point guard will, because at that position, you're almost like the second coach, or not the second coach, but like the on the floor coach type of thing. You have that leadership role sometimes. So a lot of times people will think that you can coach because you were the point guard back in the day. You were on this team, or you did this, or you know the game really well. Right. And it's not to say that he doesn't. I'm sure that Steve Nash knows the game. It's just also how do you make that? How do you make that adjustment? And because coaching and playing is way different. And getting into people's psyches and their psychology of the game and how to talk to this player different than this player it's a whole lot of, brain work that not everybody can do. I mean, even if you are an MVP, I mean, there was a time where Steve Nash looked not human on the court, even at his small height, the way that he saw the court, the way that he, his passing, even some of his defending was really well. I remember that way back in the day, back in the old Suns games versus the Lakers. Oof. And
go ahead.
Oh, and so I'm just saying, I just think that like we're seeing that happen. We've seen that happen a couple of different times with Jason Kidd, Derek Fisher, and a couple of other coaches that tried to make that transition.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think Steve Nash should have had another job prior to that head coaching job. Like if he was like an assistant coach or kind of looking at it from a different lens before he started, I think that would have helped him a lot better. And that goes to what a lot of people are saying, like how is he able to get such a favorable job, as in you have a lot of talent on your squad. You just gotta be the one to figure it out how to make it work. Like some coaches, especially, first head coach, they get like a crappy job to start off with. Right. They don't really have the talent, but they had to start to make it work, or they in like a rebuilding phase and they kind of rebuilding with that new coach. Well, Steve Nash had almost like I ain't say almost, they had a championship contender squad when he started.
On paper.
Yeah. So I'm like, definitely he had what he needed. He just didn't have that experience. And I feel like he should have been right on somebody's bench for like a year or two. I don't know how long it takes, to be an assistant coach or be on somebody's staff. But I think if he had that experience, I think he would have been able to handle some of these situations a little bit better. Just because you're a top point guard in the league doesn't give you I don't think give you that qualifications to be a coach just because you see the game. Because I mean, even if, I don't know, when Rondo and, Chris Paul eventually retire, I don't know if they're going to be.
I was going to ask you that.
That's the first coach. He was a top point guard. Let's give him the head coach. Chris Paul was a top all time. So I was like, you need to go at least sit on the bench for at least a year. I was like,
who do you think probably would? Who do you think could make that transition? I know this is kind of just a out of nowhere question.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Going back, I say Chris Paul would make a good one, but it's only if he sat on the bench or somebody's staff. I don't see anybody can do it right off from a point guard unless you was inactive on the team. Like if you kind of on the team. Yeah, like if you just on the team and you really coaching and then you go to take that leap to be a head coach, that's different. And if you actively playing every game, high minutes, putting up, one of the top leading scorers on your team, then I don't know if that's going to be able to go straight into a coaching after that. Yeah. Because also they don't got to think about like how you talk as a player versus how you talk as a coach is also different. Right. Because one, you're trying to talk to your team, but you also got to talk about the ref and then other organizations. So you can't talk to them the same way as a player. Like you might get, fiery or get like heated on the court and say something, and the ref might be like, okay, cool, I'll let that slide. As a coach, you might get teed up off that one comment. So it's like, and are you able to, battle that out? Like, are you able to make that switch? Like, oh, I'm actually a coach. I can't even step on the court until timeout and stuff like that. Like, are you able to, you have so much passion as a player. Can you exert that same passion as a coach, but still be respectful enough not to get teed up as well? So, and I think like, if you're able to sit back for a year or two on somebody's staff, then that allows you to be like, okay, I can actually do this. Or it can go back and say, no, I can't do this. I have to yell every time something happens. Just like we saw that Steve Nash go crazy. I don't know if you saw that. It happened maybe a couple of nights ago, whatever. But basically it was a Ben Simmons. I think it's the play. But Ben Simmons fouled John Morant. And Steve Nash went crazy because he was like it was a bad foul that was called. So and he went crazy, berserk, got teed up and got kicked out. So it's like, I don't know if it's like that's because he's a player or he doesn't really understand his coach. Now, some coaches do get,
Yeah, I mean, because there has those old coaches that are just known for, especially those college coaches. Like the Indiana coach, they're just known for being rough or whatever. But also, I think you also have to, like I said, like I was just saying, like you has to know how to talk to him. And if you know that Ben Simmons, I mean, not to talk, I don't mean this in a negative way. So one day if Ben Simmons hears this, but like some players are like can't take the same type of thing the same way. So like some players,
you got to coach them different.
Yeah, you mother, blah, 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 and they, oh, dang, all right, my bad, coach. There's some people you can't even say, you can't even yell at them. That they'll shut down. And he already talks about all these different issues that he's probably going through his head right now. And he's made a lot of. I'm even starting to see it now, like where you can tell he's second guessing his game. He's not just going out there and hooping.
Man, the air ball.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's almost like he's like,
oh my God,
1 and 2, and it's like the difference between like if you were like learning how to dance or something, like, and so the whole time you're just like counting 1 and 2, and as opposed to a person who just already know how to get down or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Too much in his head. I'm like, if you've been playing basketball at a top level every stage of your life. Right. How now you like it's like, and now I know mental health is huge. I don't really know what's going on with him. Plus, he was dealing with some back injuries and stuff like that, which I have questions about that because how you have back injuries and you just got traded? Don't they have to have a physical assessment? Like how he passed that to get traded? But yeah, that's another thing. But I'm like, to me, like, how are you like in your head? You just like you see the basket 5-10 feet away and be like, no, dude, pass the ball. I'm like, how do you think about that?
Airballing a layup at 7 feet tall is crazy to me. I don't understand it, especially. I mean, it's not like he tried to do a layup from half court or something. You know, what I'm saying? He was right there. I don't. Yeah, and so like that, the play when Kyrie passed it to him right under the basket, and then he dished it out to KD, and you even heard Kyrie go shoot the ball, Ben, which means that like, because as a player. There's sometimes where you don't even got to talk. You already know what they're about to do. Boom, I threw it off. For you to have to, all right, now dunk this. I'm throwing it up for a dunk. Like, it means that, like, yo, I almost don't even trust you to, like, you know, I'm trying.
Yeah, we're not on the same page. We're not on the same page as a basketball team. Now, if Kevin Durant, that pass you talking about, Kyrie passed it to Ben for Ben to shoot, but Ben passed it out to Kevin Durant, who made a 3. He made it. Kevin Durant missed that 3. That would have looked a lot worse, and a lot more people would have been talking about it even more.
Because they near the RDC World skit.
Ben Simmons. Exactly. Hey, so I'm like, if he had missed that shot, I think it would have been even bigger. But because he hit it, that 3, I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, he missed,
and you passed up a 2 for a 3, so I get it, kind of. But
he didn't even look at the basket. He like. In a split second of catching the ball, he already think about passing the ball. I'm like, come on now.
And then like, okay, so like, I'll even look back because I watched his interview with JJ Redick. I think that was JJ, where he was talking about that play where he passed up that dunk because he saw Trae Young, but he didn't know it was Trae Young. He just saw a jersey. It's almost like you don't have that dog. Like I said, there's sometimes where I hate using the cliche words that get overused. Yeah. I'll be telling you about that, like sequence, stuff like that. But like, he don't have that dog to where it's like, who does it matter who's under there?
I think exactly.
It does not matter. If you're 7 feet tall, go up for that dunk. If you get fouled on the play, then shoot the free throws.
That's exactly. Shaq said the same thing. He was like,
and why?
He was like, I understand what Ben was saying. But if I'm that tall, I'm this all-star caliber player, like, I don't really care who's under. If they taller or shorter, when I rise up, they're getting dunked on. Like, that's the mentality.
If I'm 6'3", I'm behaving like that.
Yeah, I'm like, exactly. Like, it ain't even a height thing. It just really your heart. Like, and like, this is a playoff. I'm like, come on. I'm like, this is the playoffs. Like, come on now.
Yeah, nah. So
that's like, gonna be a bad stain on. Like, that's gonna be his image. Like, I feel like. Unless he wins like MVP or something crazy, like that image of him passing is gonna be like a stain on him forever. Like, everybody's gonna remember him for doing that action. So
he got to get a couple rings at least. He got to have a whole turnaround. He has to literally turn his game all the way around.
But he gonna have to shoot. I don't care if it's 5 feet, 10 feet away. He gonna have to shoot, do something. You can't keep passing the ball out. You can give us 20 easy. Ben can give us the next 20 easy. But I'm like, why you can't translate your game that you've been playing for, X amount of years to get to the NBA?
3rd year? No, this is his 4th year?
4th? Yeah, 4th or 5th year.
4th or 5th. And for you to like not really come into your own like this, I understand it. It's different strokes for different folks. But like we're already seeing the Ja Morants, we're seeing the shoot, even what's his name? Pablo.
Oh, the
Or
rookie.
Paolo, my bad.
Yeah, rookie. All right.
See, I
Keep
mean,
playing with him.
You already see how players can come into their own rather quickly, and for him to be the draft pick that he was.
Yeah, I mean, right now the Nets, you really have like less responsibility. Like before in the Sixers system, you had Ben and Joel. Like we need y'all to go off all the time. Then he went to the, now he's with the Nets. He's like the third, maybe fourth option. And it's like,
right,
you really just have to play defense. And when we get some free open layups and stuff like that, like that's for you. Like we ain't even ask you to be no spot up 3-point shooter or be open on the corner and hit the three. Like you were not even that player. Like just play how you need to play. Like you have less responsibility right here. Like this is really set up to be something for you. Like I don't understand how you gonna mess up this opportunity. Now it is just the first couple games, but to me it's a pattern. I'm like, it don't look good.
And I've been trying to give them slack. And I even said it on the first episode, man. Like I saw the Nets going somewhere. And still could if there's a way to turn this around something. But like with Steve Nash and his coaching, with Ben Simmons,
he got to go
getting the minutes that he's getting and not performing the way he needs to perform. I mean, there's a lot of things where it's like, bro, you're going to have to like have I get like sometimes people, like I said, mentally maybe having some, but you got to have that short-term memory, man. You have that short-term memory loss where I had a bad play, forget it. What bad play? And you got to just play like you want to play, act like
he had all this time off. Like, I don't understand.
Yes. And then all these videos of him at these private runs going crazy. Okay,
that's cool. Some BS. I don't know why he do that.
You can hit 5, 6 threes in a row, but can't make a layup in a game. And
exactly.
I get that.
Like, you need to show us the video of the layups now.
Right. Now I got to see your layup game. A regular finger roll.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. That's just disrespectful. If I'm Kyrie or Katie, I'm like, y'all really got to put him to the side and be like, hey, man, I know you're going through something, but if you on this court with us, you're going to have to hoop. Now, if you can't deal with it on the court, then you don't need to come on the court. Sit out, take that time off like you did again. But like, if you on the court, that means to us, you are ready to play.
You told us you was ready.
So,
yeah, man.
And that's the thing. I don't know, man.
And so, yeah, we got them in the struggle. Oh boy. And taking it back west, we got another team that was supposed to be at the top of the food chain. On paper, we top of the food chain.
Who we talking about?
Man, my Lakers.
Stop it. Ain't no top of the food chain. You need to stop it.
Listen. Okay. All right.
On paper, what?
All right. Let me point this out to you.
All right.
Let's say you've been in a coma for 5 years. Okay. And I wake you up and I say, bro, the Lakers got Russell Westbrook at PG. Yes, the dude who normalized a triple-double.
Okay.
Think about how much people, oh man, all he did was get a triple-double. That is a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
And he consistently, you averaged it for like 3 seasons in a row.
Yep.
So that guy. LeBron James.
Enough said.
Anthony Davis.
Okay.
It gets a little weird from here.
And that's what I mean.
But if we're talking, I mean, that's only because now we got some like newer players that I could see actually doing something and bringing things to the table. But shoot, oh hey, your boy Kendrick Nunn, Kendrick Nunn,
I like him.
On the Lakers now too. Oh shoot, so now
but if you also say Patrick Beverly, it'd be like Patrick Beverly, why he on the Lakers? What?
Nah, he? But I thought he injured Russell Westbrook, didn't he? Huh? Oh my, yeah, man. No. So on paper, like this is even if I just said those top 3, even if I was like, yo, we got a new big 3, Russell, LeBron, AD. Oh shoot, man, they got to be like coming out the Western Conference, right? Western Conference Finals probably.
Now, with your scenario that you gave out, being in the coma for 5 years, absolutely great on paper. But
I'll
we
even
have
say
seen
3 years. I'd even
we
say
seen
3.
too much, like just from last season. We just seen too much.
Right.
We seen too much from them. So that's why it was like I had no expectations. Like I already felt like they was gonna make playoffs. Right now, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I've been like that too. And this is okay. So taking away from my bias, just in NBA lover.
Be real.
Yeah. And be real, all transparency. I don't see them. I see them maybe 11, finishing maybe 11.
Ooh.
If the and that's me
standings.
Still with my bias peeking through.
I mean, I think they're gonna be right in the play-in mix, but potentially still fall out, and that looks really bad, especially for LeBron and his like.
Right, and his
to me,
legacy,
this year is gonna be like passing Kareem for all-time scoring. That's gonna be this season.
We get to
and
see
next
that.
season. I don't know. I mean, hopefully they trade Russ. That's my thing that needs to be corrected first is trading Russ mid-season.
Honestly, they can trade everybody and get overseas dudes over here. Honestly, if
that's what they look like.
I keep seeing on the overseas Instagrams.
LA Fitness.
All them over there. Mike James, let's get him over here.
Man, I don't know, man. I didn't see no 0-5 start, and then I don't know if they play tonight. Oh, let's see what they play tonight. They play the Nuggets again. Nuggets tough little squad, so that might be 0-6 tonight.
Dude,
so I'm like, when y'all gonna win the first game?
Healthy Jamal Murray is back.
Yeah, they 4-2. So I mean, they back into their own little rhythm. But to me, it's like they have no game plan anymore for me watching. Like before, it could be like, because LeBron ain't at the age where he can just be like, hey, at least I can win y'all a game. He can't win a game. Like, he can't win a game by himself.
He doesn't have that takeover. We down 20. Let me get us up 20.
Yeah. He getting his numbers. I mean, he getting like 30 points a game, whatever. But AD is, you know how I felt about AD. AD been complacent since he got that ring. He got that ring and was like,
for sure.
Hey, I don't need to go out and
he's made out of glass
and do all this. Yeah, man. I'm like, you saw that video of 2K. He played himself and he injured himself. I don't know if he actually played himself, but I'm like, oh my goodness.
And all he could do was laugh because, like, yo, why'd y'all? I mean, it makes sense, you know.
I'm like, and I don't know he playing tonight because they was talking about his back is having issues. I'm like,
dude,
bro, you can't give us like 20 plus games in a row. Just play. Even if
give me 15, 20 minutes a game. We'll put you on limited.
Of good basketball. Don't reach, and he keep on shooting all these threes. Y'all keep chugging up all these threes. I'm like, why? I'm like, if y'all know it's not working,
yes,
go to something different. Like
it makes no sense. Know. I mean, they're leaving. I mean, of course, they showed that one where they left Russell like super open and he hit it. Yeah, but it's like,
what about the 81?
Yeah, it's getting pathetic, man. Like all right, here we go. First off, I knew that this year wasn't going to be that good. But an 0-5 start, when yes, I know you're knocking the rust off, but so is everybody else.
Exactly.
So, an 0-5 start, I don't even see them even making a play-in game. It's very
saying a lot too.
It angers me. It angers me because, first off, LeBron, do you know how many people I have defended you on? Do you know how many of these old heads that I've had to say, no, you don't understand. I know Jordan is GOAT, but you can't say that LeBron ain't up there, blah, blah, blah. I've went to bat for you. You don't owe me nothing. Sure, man, you just a dude from Akron. Got it. But, and you were showing that. And you were even saying that, oh, well, what y'all got to say about me now? What y'all got to, all that talk.
Yeah.
I want my damn respect.
Yeah.
Bro, you got that respect in 2020 during the bubble when we saw players doing some stuff that we ain't never seen them do since. I'm
like, to me, this has got to be like an all-time low. Because I think this might be the worst start on a LeBron-led team, I believe is the stat as well. Maybe. I know
I
they
ain't
was
seen the
getting to
Lakers
it.
like this since we had Scola.
I'm like, I didn't picture it being this bad from the get-go. I think it's still, I mean, I knew it was gonna get bad at the end when everybody's gonna be tired down, run down, going through it at the end of after the All-Star break. But I'm like, right now,
the very beginning. And here's the thing. I gave them, okay, so here's why last year I wasn't tripping too hard.
Mm-hmm.
2020 happened and they had the shortened season, right? And so everybody in the bubble had to play even longer. And then the Heat and the Lakers had to be in the bubble even longer than that.
Facts.
And then they moved up the start of the season. And so they had less of a rest time. And this is a player who's at the time 19 on his 19th year, 20 years, something like that. I always forget once you get up this high. Yeah. So yes, your body ain't gonna work how it's been working. You've been banging up and down. You're playing 100+ games a season. If you're going to the finals every year, you're playing 100+ games a season. That's crazy. Or you're about 100. And so I understand that. So I gave them 2021 because the Heat didn't play as well and the Lakers. So that showed y'all where that time off was needed.
Right, because we got swept that year after. And then I think the Lakers lost that first round series.
Right. And so I get it. I'll give y'all that.
Yeah.
All right. But what about this rest? We had plenty of time. Had plenty of the shop talks. Had plenty of, vacations, going to Greece or wherever everybody was going in the in the off season. Plenty of time to go to these games. Y'all y'all going to these Drew Leagues and these Pro-Ams and showing us that y'all ready.
Facts.
You're showing me that you are ready now. Russell, who else? Well, Chet, that's why, LeBron, all these players we kept seeing a lot of the Hawks.
DeJounte Murray, and Trae Young.
All the young Hawks boys going crazy. So you guys are all showing us as a whole league that we are ready to play. And you're the top player, arguably of all time. There are a lot of people who say LeBron is the best of all time.
Right.
And there was even me saying, okay, as I start to look back and I'm even comparing person who watched all the old documentaries, even watched a lot of the games live. I'm old enough. I'm 31. I'm old enough to where I was watching Jordan games live when I was a kid.
Yep.
So I'm able to compare LeBron playing, Kobe, all that, and go, yo, Kobe was that dude. Jordan was that dude, but I have never seen somebody like this before. He's not supposed to be able to move the way he moves.
Yeah, and I mean, it might be like we all seen is a step back. They keep talking that he had these Father Time commercials playing with LeBron. I mean, yeah, they're playing into that, of course. But I'm like, to me, he getting his numbers, but he's not making his team better like he used to in the past. That's what it's coming down to. He's starting to be like, hey, I'm gonna get my buckets, I'm gonna get my assists if they make the shot. But I'm not
dang near Russell. Russell.
I ain't gonna be able to make everybody better. Like Austin Reeves and all these other people like that's younger and that need to have him lead them and have him develop them during the game. He can't run the team that way anymore. And he needs counterparts that are ready to run and are efficient as he is. But it's not going to work that way. And AD don't got the mindset, and he ain't got the health, his body health at that point where he can hey LeBron, sucks. I got your back. We can win at least one game,
right?
In the first 10 games.
Who can he lean on? Exactly. Back in the day, as he started getting, because before the first Cavs team, he had to do it himself, and as he was willing, this rookie or 2-3 year in player was willing Booby Gibson and Delonte West and Ilgauskas to the finals. These names that you're like, who are you talking about?
Yeah, I remember that squad.
Man, and so then he moves to the Heat. He's on the Heat. He got Bosh. He's got Wade. He ends up getting the help to where if I do have an off night, Wade picks up the slack. Bosh picks up the slack. Shoot, Mario Chalmers picks up the slack. And then when he goes to the Cavs, goes back to the Cavs. Okay, now I got a K-Love. I got a Kyrie. So I've got help. What about now?
And I think about like every team LeBron's been on, what did he have around him? What did he have around him? He had shooters. It's the shooters.
That's
and I'm
real,
like,
yeah.
Like they had it when they won that first bubble championship, but it's like they took a step back and they was like, we can build it a different way, but that's not the formula. Like we already have the game plan. You have LeBron. This is what you need to get to the finals and the championship. This is what you need to do. And they don't want to do that. And I'm like, and part of it is on his fault too. I ain't gonna blame this all on Lakers organization.
Right.
LeBron wanted Russell. He had a chance to get Buddy Hield, a shooter.
Yeah.
He wanted Russell. So I'm like, some of this is on you. And that's why I'm like, and now they're having a hard time trying to get rid of Westbrook because they don't want to give up these 2 draft picks. And it's like, Russ ain't giving a good demonstration of like, why would I want him on my team?
Why would I want you over those draft picks?
Yeah, it's like I don't need a Westbrook. Now, the only thing would be like trade bait, be like, you might have Westbrook, but at least you can get our draft picks. And that's the only thing. And I feel like it's not even worth having the headache of having a Westbrook right now.
Yeah, and this sucks because like, I mean, OKC is just down the road for me. So when they moved here, that became like a secondary team, you know, having the KD and the Russell and also, I mean, even if I wasn't this close to OKC, Russell was that dude.
Yeah.
He was that. We were just used to seeing a guy who played with such tenacity and just like put teams on his back, you know, and being able to put up the big numbers and also play defensively. And now we just don't see it, man. It's very disappointing and disheartening, man, especially because you had to do that on my team. You had to do that.
You want to play around? You want to play around somebody else's team?
You better take that to Miami. Or you better
stop. He stay over there because they was also talking about Miami was trying to get, trying to go for Westbrook when he was a free agent. All these teams was talking about trying to go for him and stuff like that. But let's switch gears.
Yeah.
I think you had enough heartache talking about your Lakers and Westbrook, so we're gonna switch. I wanted to talk about the Trailblazers.
That's my favorite team. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna see like what do you realistic goals like right now? They have a huge start. I'm looking at it. They 5-1.
5-1
start. But do we see this team being a deep playoff team, a playoff team, or a play-in team?
Ooh, okay. Well, so honestly, for me, I know that this is a great start. I don't see them holding it. I've always liked Dame Dolla as he's come in. We talked about this before. And I'm liking the young players, man. I'm liking the young players that they've added. I think that I could see them being definitely a playoff team for sure. Maybe even semifinals. Semifinal only because so you got to think about who they going against. You know, what if they got the Grizzlies first round?
Greek's taking that one.
What if they? I mean, what if they got the Suns? I mean, because I can see the Suns.
That'd be a good little battle.
I can see the Suns being a 2 seed.
Yeah.
I can see the Suns maybe in the 2 or 3 seed.
Yeah.
I mean, we already know the Warriors are on lock. So let's say they get in as an 8 seed. They're not getting.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't beat the Warriors 4 games if you're the Blazers.
Yeah. I don't know what Warriors gonna take first. You think the Warriors gonna take first? I
see them. Okay, so I see them no matter what winning the West. I see them win. I see them winning the West, but I don't know if I would say that they keep the first spot. I could see like it'd be like somebody winning by like a game or 0.5 or something. So I could see like the win or the Suns or the Nuggets. I could see the Nuggets maybe doing something. But I think you also got to look out for the Clippers, especially having John Wall healthy and back and hungry.
Looking good.
And so, but yeah, no, the Blazers, I mean, I do have a whole lot of hopes for them. And playoff Dame is different.
That's facts, but
playoff Dame is different.
To
on
me,
top of
I'm
having
like,
help,
he got to get there.
On top of having help. I mean, not to say he didn't have help with McCollum because CJ is that dude too. And he's in the West still. He's in the West still. I mean, the Pelicans are looking nice. And we don't know what trades are going to happen, but I could see the Pelicans making a couple of good trades that kind of help get them over that hump. So then it's like, okay, if the Blazers got the Pelicans in the first round, who wins that?
That's a good point.
I mean, that'll be a good series. That'll probably be like a game 7, maybe Blazers.
Right.
Hey.
I don't know. I think Pelicans. B.I., Brandon Ingram. Yeah, with that fro.
Hey. Yeah. Fro Ingram.
He waking up balling. He ain't caring about life. Waking up balling.
Man, that's like he took that from the KD book. I don't care about my hair. I'm waking up and I'm putting the ball.
Putting lotion on, nothing. They just going straight to the court.
Teeth. I don't even know if they brush their teeth. I'm not that close to them. They may
going
just
straight
get up
to the court. He waking up. Hey, boom.
Yeah.
Probably do his little stretches and get straight to it. That's how he coming in getting buckets, man.
And he looks bigger, more solid. You can tell he's been putting in a lot more work, man. Yeah. So
he ain't come to play around. So the Pelicans, I got them as a player. Trailblazers, I honestly got them as a play-in team.
Play-in.
Like I feel like this is nice, but they ain't gonna be able to sustain this for too much longer. I feel like they ain't gonna take a little step back because they ain't look nice, but I don't know how he can, string his team along 82 games. It's like it's really tough. I know Simmons, the other guy that's playing
Anthony.
next to him. Yeah, so I ain't know say his name, so I said,
I just know he got the same name as Penny Hardaway, Anthony Hardaway.
Okay, I give you that. But yeah, basically I was like, those two look good, nice little duo. But I'm like, to me, they still gonna be in a play-in. I still got like Suns, Clippers, and Grizzlies all the way up there. Like they gonna be, and I don't know. It's right now. I'm looking at the teams like Timberwolves. I don't know. They kind of looking. They're looking decent too. So I was like, I don't know. It's a lot of ups and downs. The Mavericks is 12, 2-3, but at the same time, like the Mavericks, I feel like I'm making playoffs. So
the Mavericks are the Mavericks, and Luka gonna Luka. Man,
cold.
Dude, and he slows the game down. Look, you gonna play my game,
man.
You gonna play my look. I know. I see you running all up and down the court, but now I got the ball.
Hey,
you gonna get this slow back down.
He got he's super non-athletic. Athletic. I don't know how to say it. Like he looks like he ain't moving, but he moving. And then the step work, like the footwork he got. Oh my goodness, man. He is cold.
Dude, man, they gonna be exciting. I'm definitely about to have to catch some Mavericks game. I'm gonna have to drive them down. It's only like 5 hours or something like that. I'm catching the Mavericks game this year, man. Because maybe Mavericks OKC is right here. So
hey, do it, man. That's why. For me, I'm definitely trying to go to some games.
Oh, he's one of the players you gotta go see live, man, because it looks slow. But there's a lot of players that when I actually went to those games live and actually watched them play, first off, they look way bigger in person.
Yeah.
And and second, like you see how fast the game is and how much more explosive, how much the scale of regular person to pro athlete is. Like it's not close.
I mean, we make a lot of jokes like, hey, like the Lakers bad, Miami doing bad. Hey, we can just go on the court and we can put up 6 points at least. Just come off the street, just 6. You ain't putting a goddamn thing.
Yeah, you ain't doing that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna just say that.
The only thing is, if you off the street go play an NBA game, the luckiest thing you can probably do is get fouled and go to and try to hit some free throws. That's about it, because they locking you up. Like, stop it. No regular person is about to go ball in the NBA.
And it's the bright lights, the crowd. Some people can't play with the crowd, man. Like, it's a whole lot of aspects that I know a lot of us just ain't doing. You smoking a layup on it. Even if somehow you get a fast break, guess what? That dude down there that look big and slow, he still runs way faster than you. He's hawking you down.
Hey, get that Grizzlies chase down, John Morant chase down block. Hey,
John Morant coming
in your career in one play.
He will shatter that backboard with that block. Yeah, man. So, man, I think the West, I mean, as historically it has kind of been, is one of those ones where I think the Blazers, even looking as good as they're looking, it's how do you hold that same momentum for 82 games? Exactly. And on top of that, people run film. In the West, you play teams 4 times. So yeah, okay, you beat me game 1, maybe even game 2. But now we realize that, hey, when you do this, you always come back or whatever. Like when you dribble in and out, we're watching film now. And how good is your study game along with your physical game? And so we'll see that. We'll see how things change up, and it's gonna be exciting, man. But I don't know. I could see them being a play-in team, but I mean, I could see them maybe being a 6 or 7 seed this year.
Okay.
This year, I mean, because if I'm trying to think of 5 teams that will place higher than them, I start to struggle around 4 or 5. I will not struggle. I wouldn't say struggle,
it's still
but
early though. So
yeah, and it's still early. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like the first week and a half. So we still.
I like what I'm seeing though. I'm very much so. Yeah.
If they stay healthy, I think they still gonna be like a dangerous, like that term, dangerously looming or whatever. Like they're gonna be on like, we can probably take a bite of somebody in the first round, second round. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. The other teams there in the West, man, that's really in like
Warriors.
Might be. I mean, Warriors. They 3-3. They look like the Warriors. I mean, I think they're losing a little bit early on. I think the media is kind of talking a little bit into it, like it's just impacted from the altercation on the offseason that with Jordan Poole. And
man, you know what?
Something I'm like, I don't want to.
I'm starting to think he should have been punched in the face, man. If being punched in your face make you play like this,
hey, Poole hooping, Poole hooping.
He going crazy now. He might need to catch another one or something. I mean, I don't want to harm on nobody.
I tell people like this all the time. It's like players who just got their money are playing effortlessly. Like they don't have no like struggle or like anything on their back to say, if I miss this shot, they ain't gonna pay me in the offseason. Like he got his paid money so he can play freely. It's the same with
when you have
my
that
team,
confidence.
They got paid in the offseason. So now it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about being absolutely perfect. I can play freely, and we play free and in basketball, and you at that top talent, like you can go stupid because it's like
he's just trying stuff now.
I'm like, he is, and he's shifty. Like the Warriors are set up to be like they have their old regime with Klay Thompson, Steph, and Draymond, but now they have this next wave of young talent still in that kind of like reaching a peak right now.
Dude, all draft
Wiggins and Wiseman.
Well, besides Wiggins,
Wiseman,
Wiggins, all draft picks.
Moody. I'm like, they got a nice little core that can still hoop.
Man,
kind of be the future going forward. So I'm like, but I feel like that core that I'm talking about, they're gonna have to excel this year as well. I don't think it's gonna be like Steph and Klay going crazy.
Well, it's also the pressure's off.
Yeah, I mean,
the pressure's off. I don't have to, if I'm Steph, I don't have to shoot for the 35 points a game. I don't have to shoot up at that high. I'm looking for him, and they still, whoever's guarding me, gonna have to put on their track shoes.
But imagine those young talent getting a back-to-back. Like they got 2 rings, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want that to happen because the Warriors, I don't need them to have no more rings, but I think they good.
Who you talking? Who you telling?
Hey, bro. If they get 5, bro.
Yeah, 5, 6. If you get 6,
they talking big talk.
They
talking big talk.
Man, Jordan Poole gonna be the next hitting somebody else. Hey, you better get with our program.
Hey, man,
we winning
2 rings.
Yeah,
early on, like come on, man. But the Warriors, I mean, they're gonna be in the top. I mean, I say top 3, of course, top 3, 4. Make it deep. I still got my prediction right now. Clippers and Warriors. I feel like it's gonna be the conference finals. Clippers look good. It's just like, to me, the issue is Kawhi.
Yes.
He had the injury. He had a damn year to take the come off the injury, and he still has some issues or some pain. Or
do you think
something ain't right? I'm like, why he ain't playing?
Yeah. Do you think that like, and I hate to be this person, but like, do you think that like sometimes in the NBA we kind of do you think that we like sometimes will like take someone's like moment and extend it out longer than it was? Like, because I mean, for me, I feel like Kawhi, great player, but he had that moment that 2 years, and his moment was longer than most people's. It wasn't like Linsanity where it was just like that little game stretch or whatever. It was like a year or two. It was like maybe 2 years. And even then, even during that 2 years, it was still a little shaky, but we were still like, no, we still rock with him, blah, blah, blah. But me, honestly, I just feel like Kawhi's season, like his season is kind of on the decline right now.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with like the NBA kind of magnifying somebody's reign or extending it out. To me, I don't think Kawhi's on the decline as far as his skill. His health is another thing. If it's legit health, I don't know, because like at first I thought they were just like the teams just kind of resting him, like they did like with the Spurs, like they did with the Raptors. But now it's like the way they're talking about is like he may be legit not all the way 100% to play. So I'm like, after a year off though, like if you're not 100% to play, like what is going on, and why did he even start if he wasn't 100%? But now I'm like, if I don't know if they're gonna play like, let's rest him, let's get the core team. Like I feel like they're gonna do it like this. And this is just Jamal just kind of talking, but I feel like they're gonna be like, Kawhi, come play a couple games, get acclimated to your new squad, and we just get you revved up, give you a reps in for the playoffs.
Yes.
Get your team in order, get your rest in and whatever, and we're going to use you heavy in the playoffs. But I don't think, I mean, that's a nice recipe, but I feel like he need to play all the games, especially if
yes.
Shit.
Because chemistry plays a big part. Right. You see that time and time again with a lot of these teams. They have all the names that you like to hear that be always in heavy rotation on Sports Center and First Take, but can that player play with that player? Can that player? Because a lot of times what you'll see is a point guard will just be looking this way and do that Magic Johnson, hey, and just throw it, and the player just happens to, he already knows that's where he's going to be.
Right.
And that's something that kind of gets learned over time. I know about how fast he moves. I know about how high he jumps. I know exactly where to put things. I know, okay, when he misses, sometimes he misses off to the left a little bit more. So I know to jump this way for the rebound. There's certain little tiny things that only happen, that you only learn from playing. You can't just sit there. You can't just be chilling. You can't just laugh your way through this. And I don't know. I think that, like you said, yeah, they're going to have to play him more.
I was like, if it's legit injury, cool. We can't fault nobody to be injured. But if it's how it looks like you rested for a year, you should be able to play. Now they still might rest him on the back-to-backs. I think that's his model. Like he don't play back-to-backs. But I feel like all of the rest of the games are fair game if you're not injured. Like you should be playing all these games. And I'm like, the way, how like different TV commercials rev up teams like the Clippers playing the Lakers, gonna be Kawhi versus LeBron.
Right.
What Kawhi? Why Kawhi can't play on the big matchups? Like if I'm a fan paying to go to a game.
Now you get into business talk. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and they don't say Kawhi.
Advertiser talk?
Y'all advertising this key player to be here. And, sometimes they announce the day of. They don't even announce it like, oh, he missing this week or he missing. He'd be like, no, day to day. That's the worst injury. Day to day. Because you pay for, of course, everybody paying for stuff in advance, most likely. Sometimes you pay on that day. But I'm like, for the most time, like, I want to go see this player, especially if that's my favorite player. Now I got to see Kawhi on the bench.
You see him walking fine. You can watch him do warm-ups. You see him do warm-ups and then go change back into his clothes. And you're sitting here, let's say I'm Verizon or something. I put all my advertising dollars in because Kawhi is playing LeBron. And I know how many butts will be in seats, how many eyes will be on screens. And now when they see Kawhi's not playing and maybe LeBron's chilling, now I've lost a lot of potential money because people so yeah, they got to play him just off business.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless he's legit hurt, like legit, okay, ACL tore, what, okay.
But that's announced exactly.
Right. It's
Now,
announced. You know
if you're like
that.
a season ticket holder or something, that's different. But like just game by game, but you still like a major injury is announced and they give you the timetable.
Mm-hmm.
But the day to day, or we just don't know, like Kawhi just don't want to play, or he just feel injured, or the team is holding him out. Like those type of statements, it's like hard, like it hits the heart. I'm like, why, as a
Yeah.
fan, or it doesn't even have to go to like watching the game in person. If you are looking to see this game on the Thursday night or the TNT or ESPN, the big network games, like
Yeah. This isn't NBA.
those, they
They don't really
market
get too
those
many NBA
players.
TV games. They're
Yeah,
playing
exactly.
on
So
ABCs and all that. And I think and that's also like it also kind of plays not always bring him up, but like the Kobe's or the Jordans, where they would play through broken fingers and all this type of stuff. Because, and this is as a fan, they knew that like when those butts are in these seats in this arena, there may be a kid who maybe he won some tickets from the radio station, or maybe his dad saved up and was like, yo, when the Knicks come, like maybe like are in New York. So when the Knicks play the Lakers or the Clippers, I'm gonna take my son to this game. He wants to see his favorite player, Kawhi. There's probably some kid whose favorite player is Kawhi.
Right.
And so now they come up there and you see Kawhi in street clothes. Bro, I don't have the money to do this every other day. I don't have I'm just a regular dude. I work at the Textron or something,
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to go.
Season ticket holders. I don't see NBA players all the time. Growing up, I didn't really get to see NBA. I didn't go to NBA games that much when I was a kid.
Yeah, same.
Like, so imagine being able to go to one game because your favorite player is there. D Wade's there. And it's the one game where he's just resting because he's just resting.
That is, bro, that hurts. That hurts. Especially if you like saved up for that game. Like it ain't nothing like it's a planned event, a planned outing. It's not like, hey, put your shoes on, we about to go see Wade play. It's like
again for the 100th time.
We've been saving up. We planned it. If you imagine you're not even from that city.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like that's
so like I'm you traveled to go see the player.
Dude, imagine if you live in Wichita. But we don't even have a team. We don't have a team in our state. So our closest one is if we go to
OKC,
or we drive 6 hours out to Denver, or eight hours to Denver, or even go down to Dallas. So no matter what, we gonna have to drive, may even get a hotel, all these things that go into play on top of the price of the tickets. Now, price of tickets are going crazy.
Yeah.
So then you got to buy 2 or more, depending on your family. So now I'm going because, I don't know, my favorite player is John Wall or something. And now OKC's playing the Clippers. And this is the one game. He's not hurt. He's just, I just want to save my knees for tomorrow. It does something as a fan of the game. And I understand they have the things that they go through. And this is maybe just our fan selfishness. But come on, guys. Like, same way you used to be a fan of the NBA, there are lots of people who are, and they will never make it to where they're rubbing elbows with NBA players like you guys are.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, NBA players have to know that they're an anomaly, right? They're like less than 1% of the country. It's like less. If you're over 6'6", you're taller than like 98 or something percent of people.
The average people. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just like, as a fan, you just wish like they just had the mindset. If I can play, let me play. Yeah, it's different if the organization is pushing you back. Now that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. We don't.
The organization be like, hey, we want you to sit this one because the playoffs come around. We don't want you to play these, and that's how you know. Because even like on back to backs nowadays, people don't even try to book a back to back, like the end of a back to back.
Oh,
because it's like we foresee the top players for whatever organization to sit there with those players. So it's like
you almost know now. Yeah, like, you almost expect it.
Look at the back-to-backs. And then now it depends on the team. Like I feel like if the tougher opponent is on the back end of the back-to-back, that first game, they ain't gonna play that one, but they're gonna play the second. But it's hard to predict. I wish It's tough because you can't even give our schedule out. Like you can't. It's right now. You can't even give like a player roster that's gonna play this week because of day-to-day stuff.
Day to day, yeah, man.
You can't even say Saturday LeBron and AD gonna play.
Right. So you never know.
Like Saturday morning, AD got back problem, unlikely to play. You get the ESPN notification or something, NBA notification, and I'm like,
but I already bought this ticket a month ago.
Come on now.
Yeah, man. Or there's a lot of people who buy their tickets as soon as the schedule come out. Oh shoot, okay, they're gonna be here.
Because it's two teams that you want to see. It's the two teams you want to see. You want to go ahead and get the best seat. Like, hey, I know these teams gonna play. I'm willing to drive here, pay for the hotel here. I'm getting all my arrangement. If I'm seeing friends, family, whatever, I'm making this whole ordeal playing around this one game. These certain players.
Yeah.
And then that's why I'm like, if you really a true fan, like, you better know more than one player. Because if you go for that one player,
man, you bet. Look, that's why
no teams. That's why I rock with my team. Goddamn.
Right, I'll rock with the whole Lakers, man. I've rocked with them. With Kobe wasn't there. With like I said, when I was rooting for Luis Scola. Yeah, man. Look, he's getting it. With a root for Andrew Bynum, dude. Like, because you have to almost be invested in the whole team. Because if you just support one player, good luck, man. Yeah, especially today. They'd be healthy as an ox. And just sit down just because I don't know. I'm just not feeling it today. And that's
man.
So I don't know, man. What you think about the East though? Who
going back to East? Bucks look good. Bucks 5-0. They look like that team. I got them going back to the conference finals.
I got them winning. It's Bucks versus Warriors.
Ooh, I mean,
but we ain't got to get that far.
Yeah, I was like, I like that matchup. I think hopefully the Bucks. I just don't like the Warriors. I don't want the Warriors to win, but if the Bucks win, that'd be tough. But yeah, it's early on, but the
Giannis is balling.
Man, he just had like 43 or something the other night. I was like,
oh, he's had like 40. What is he? I think they said I saw that he was like averaging like 38 so far. Yo, he's going crazy. He's going crazy. And I love it, man. I just like the way he plays because he's forever going, how can I make myself better? And as a fan of the game, please. Like imagine if like Shaq, because Shaq was one of my favorites to watch when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Shaq being the most dominant player also improved on his handles, also started hitting threes regularly. So now you gotta face guard him at the three.
Man, imagine that with Shaq. Oh my gosh.
That's what I was like. So now you're watching Giannis, who when he first came into the league, he did the whole like speed down the court, take 2 dribbles or 1 dribble past half court and bang on whoever.
Yeah, right now it's the confidence for Giannis. Like, ain't nobody can see him. Like, he don't care. He gonna still put him the threes. He don't care if he miss. He don't care air ball. He's still gonna shoot some free throws.
That's slow. What I was. That short-term memory loss.
He don't care. Like he getting the wins, and he's like actually he's a better passer than I originally thought. Like, he's getting his team open, his teammates open when he gets double teamed because he know like it looks like it's like a game plan. Like he gonna get his points a little early, and then they gonna send a double, and he gonna pass it out, and then he got reliable shooters.
Shooters.
I'm like
shooters.
I'm like it's like. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely, man. I definitely love watching Giannis play this year, and I think that like he's because of how well he takes care of his body. You don't really see too many injuries with him. You don't really see, or even if he does, you don't see him out longer than normal. Sometimes he comes back quicker, and
right, man.
He knows his role and he knows how important it is. And he's locked in, man. And I know it's super early. It's super early, but I don't see him letting up. Man. He's not that type of player. He's got a great mindset where he's just like, I don't care. That was a great game. Okay, what's next?
Yeah, he's right now. They the team to beat. Everybody is gunning for them. Yeah. After that, it gets murky. It gets murky because right now you got the Cavs. Hawks, Celtics, they all in the mix right now. I mean, Miami look like they can try to make a run up there. Raptors, I don't know, man. It's like to me, the only consistent team in the East is the Bucks right now. Cavs got a new team. They look good, but it's still a new team. But yeah, man, I just think the East is all over the place. So it's like I think the best thing for those teams will be consistency. I think that's the biggest thing. It's the consistency. It's like right now, it's so early on to really gauge who's gonna really be in the playoffs.
Mhm.
But one thing for certain that I can't see, like nobody can knock it, is the Bucks. Like they're gonna be the team to go for. Um, and that's it, man. I don't know. What's your thoughts on the East?
The East, man.
First week, what you thinking?
First week, of course, the Cavs are looking okay. Are looking, they're looking decent. But yeah, I mean, it goes without saying, I think that the Bucks is basically everybody else versus them. The Celtics, I think will end up being a number 2 seed.
Okay.
It's all up in the air, honestly, for me. I could see Miami coming in and making like a mid to low once they come into their own. Let me see. I think there was like one more team. Oh, yeah. How do you feel about the Magic?
The Magic is gonna be the Magic. I don't know how to say it. The rookie looked nice, but right now they not winning. So it's like
Yeah.
the rookie
Yeah.
look good, but it's gonna be like we have a really nice player on a bad team, so he looks even better. That's how I kind of look like.
And I think also that ends up happening with a lot of like those first year draft picks that end up on those, the teams that were number 1 draft pick for a reason.
Yep.
A lot of times we see rookie of the years come from people who did really well, but their team didn't do anything. Like you never ever see like a rookie of the year besides Derrick Rose, who was a rookie of the year and MVP and all that. And I blame coaching. I blame coaching for the reason why they got that first round exit. But for the most part, yeah, I want to see them turn it around or make something click because I like him. I like Pablo or Paolo. I don't know why I keep saying Pablo. Paolo and
because his last name start with a B.
Yeah, and Pablo, Life of Pablo, all that other stuff. But him and even Cole Anthony, man. I even have a couple other people that escape my mind right now.
Yeah,
it's just I see them growing into being something in the league, but it's just like it's just not here right now. And maybe it'll be if they get like because one thing the Magic is good about doing is like developing up a person, and then they get traded off, and then they end up being that dudes where they go next.
Yeah, they like to develop people, but they don't want to keep the time they put in with a person because they always in the end, like the lower end of the standings, so they get the chance to get a new top player and see. I think they just want a top player to be able to win in the franchise early on, like
right away,
and it ain't gonna happen. So, I mean,
because it's like Victor, even if you was that dude at Duke,
they get Victor. I don't know. It might be some things, but
that could be a game changer, man.
I think he's gonna be whoever get him is gonna be
Lakers.
A game changer.
Yeah, Lakers got him.
Ain't no way. They ain't on they pick this year.
Man.
Ain't no way.
Well, and I saw that thing that said like basically they have to give up a pick or something. So even if they do end up getting it, that because of that, it'll end up going to the Pelicans or something like that.
Yeah, they don't own they pick this year. So
yeah,
if they got the whatever pick they get, they got to give it to the team that they made the trade
to the Pelicans, I believe.
So, oh Lord.
I think I'm saying I think I could be wrong.
I think you sent that because you sent that Zion with Victor.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And so with that, healthy Zion, healthy Victor, healthy Brandon,
healthy.
That's
a squad right there.
You even got Zoe.
Yeah, man. People. Was always on
GOT.
the
Or
Bulls
no, no,
now
no.
though.
Never mind. My bad. Yeah, he's on the Bulls. But
That's McCollum though.
McCollum, CJ
Yeah.
McCollum. I mean, oh,
Hey, that'd be a nice little squad. So I think next year we got to see where Victor goes because I think it could be a game changer for whatever team. Um, yeah, even if they don't win, like you still gonna have like as your franchise talk about business talk again, your
mhm.
ticket sales gonna go crazy. Like everybody's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
come to see Victor his rookie year. So um,
He better stay out.
yeah,
Drew leagues, pro-ams, all that. Bro, you go see your coach. You go get your shots up.
he might play. He might be going around playing
Man,
summer
he need
league
to
and all
sit
that.
down. Sit down and get ready for that league, bro. We do not want to see what happens. But also, he's like one thing, he's skinny, but he doesn't look like super skinny like Chet.
Yeah, Victor looked like he can gain muscle like a Giannis.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Chet
He looked
is
like he
Chet.
got
That's
a
it. That's his
KD
body.
body.
Yeah,
The,
like yeah, I see what you're saying. Like it's skinny frame,
yeah.
but he's still strong.
Mm-hmm.
Chet is skinny. Like that's it. That's
Yeah,
him.
he just
You're gonna have to take me how I am because they ain't getting no better than this.
yeah, Slim Reaper Part 2. Man. But yeah, the East is always murky waters, like you said. I think yeah, it's Bucks versus everybody. They need to get the shirt. They probably already got them made, but they need to
Yeah,
get
they
them.
do. I think they do.
Yeah, they got the Bucks versus everybody shirts, and that one's real. Some
Yeah.
people be having such and such versus everybody, and we're like, listen, you're not. We're not thinking about you.
You're
like
not
that.
him.
You're not him. So
Man. But yeah, I mean, the only other team I can see upsetting them is Celtics.
yeah,
Celtics can definitely bang again this year, especially after going to the finals. I think they got some redemption they trying to go for. They're trying to win it. Maybe like despite of the coach issues and all that kind of stuff, it's like, hey, we still need to go out here and ball. So they still got some stuff to prove. Malcolm Brogdon, they new point guard looking good with them. So I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know, but also they the big is it Williams, Robert Williams? I don't know. Williams, I think is his last name. Is the big man, but he's hurt right now. Have something with his knees, I think.
mm-hmm.
So to me, I feel like if he gets back at a reasonable time, that's a big force that they missing right now as well. So I'm like, if they can sustain, get some couple wins, and then get him back healthy, and then make a little push, they can really battle the Bucks as well. So, yeah, I think, and then, oh my goodness. Everybody was talking about the 76ers, James Harden,
Yeah,
Joel Embiid,
right.
Maxi looking good, but I'm like, Tobias Harris, I'm like, what is going on? Like they was supposed to be one of those top 3 teams, but
Yeah,
to
it's
me,
getting very.
they're gonna be fighting. I think they're gonna be like 6, 7 seed.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I see them making it, or at least the play in. And again, like we said, this is still early. I could see them maybe like learning from it, getting better, but I don't know, man. It's always like in the East, it's like 1 or 2 teams where you're like, okay, we scared of them. And then everybody else, like I remember being a kid and seeing in the West, you'd see everybody with a winning record. See them 5, 6 games over 500 and still be an 8th, 9th seed. You're like, man, they missed the playoffs too. Meanwhile, in the East, it's like you can make the playoffs still 6, 7 games under 500.
Yeah, that's how it was last year. Last year, it was like the 1 through 6 was like a couple games apart. Like if you lost 2 games in a row, you went to like 5th seed. Like that's how it was. That's how how tight it was, and then how like anybody could slide. Anybody was like, hey, and that's how some teams was like trying to lose on purpose, or they didn't want to play the last couple games because they didn't want to have a certain seed that played against the Nets and whatever. So, but yeah, it's always been close. It's always been sporadic. So you always want to have like I say for the East, you definitely want to be in the top 4. Like you want to have your home court advantage, but it can go anyway, especially with injuries and health. Like that's always the biggest thing.
Yeah,
That's what it
true.
is. So
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know. It's off to a weird start, I would say, the league. There's going to be some excitement. I'm definitely ready to see um, who's going to step up and be some big names, like Rookie of the Year, or even MVP, Most Improved Player. Um, do you think? Do you think Jokic can get that again, the MVP?
That's a tough one. I think it depends on how Jamal Murray plays. Because Jamal Murray plays back to his All-Star, they're gonna be like, you have your running mate again. Before he kind of won MVP because he led his team to the playoffs.
Right.
They were doing well, and it was just him. It was kind of like him doing all the heavy lifting and everything. So, but if Jamal Murray becomes back an All Star or like that caliber star again, I don't think they're gonna give the heads over to
To Jokic.
Joker. Yeah, the Joker. So it's like I think it's gonna be dependent on somebody else. Actually, not going to be on him because he can average the same stat from last year or yeah, whenever he won it. Um, the same stat line, but if he doesn't, I don't know. If Jamal Murray
Yeah, because
outplays
then if
again,
his
it's gonna be
teammate also looks like, because one thing about the most valuable player is
your
it
teammate
all
can't
on
be just
you
as
or not?
good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like, yo, if,
yeah.
if both of us is killing, then it almost is it to the detriment of that
Cancels. Yep,
race.
yep.
Yeah, and that's real. I don't know. I think that there is like a European bias.
Mm.
I think that a lot of times we give less slack to European players. Um, because you see, for some reason, I think it's maybe the NBA wanting it to stay looking American, not look like Europeans have taken over or something like that. But I
Yeah, the
mean,
international players are the top players right now. So
exactly. So with us seeing that, the Giannis is like when they say, "Oh, he doesn't look like he doesn't," you'll hear a whole lot of people say, "Oh, he's not skilled." The fact that he knows exactly how to do a push dribble just perfect to where us watching at home goes, I think that might have been a travel. How was it a travel if he didn't even have possession of the ball because of how he dribbled it? Like, there's certain skills that they do. I mean, Jokic, Luka, we were just talking about him, all these players that have changed the way a lot of players play.
yeah,
A lot of these, even James Harden-esque moves are coming from European style of play. But we're
it's
like, we always like, I don't know about Luka. I don't know about, even Joel Embiid. I don't know. Like all these non-American players get this kind of asterisk, I guess.
yeah, because right now they're talking about early MVP is John Morant, American, and then they also talking about Luca, and then Joker. So I mean, like right now they're not even. I think Giannis is there as well, but we only have one American uh MVP kind of in like the biggest stage. Like they are the ones like, hey, this is gonna be the MVP race.
Mm,
And right now it's like we barely have a candidate if you talk about American versus international. So
yeah.
but yeah, because the big man right now is kind of going back to that uh a shooter or a scoring big, kind of winning the race. Luca looks like I think if Luca can make a push to his team being like a top three team, I
Yeah.
think that gonna give him the MVP. Like because now they have a different squad. Jalen Brunson's off the team, so he's really the true point guard. Like he was always been a true point guard. He just don't have like that. I don't have that next go-to person when I'm out who's gonna be running the team type of deal.
Right. Right.
So I think if Luca gets to the top three seeding, I think he's gonna win, and because his number is gonna be crazy if he got to that top three. I think they're gonna give it to him. Um, and yeah, I don't know. It's always something that's gonna be with the international players. They just right now they running the league right now.
Yeah. and low key kind of have been for the past few years, in my opinion. It's just we'll try to we as in the spectators, the even the commentators and the analysts will try to not make up numbers, but they'll move the numbers in their favor, move them out of it in the Europeans' favor, just to be able to say, well, actually, he's not as good because of his PER, his PP, whatever, all these advanced stats that they've started making up to try to discredit them. And I don't know, I've been very impressed with the European style of play, even though, yes, I would. And I believe that, like, if somehow the Lakers make it to the playoffs this year, like LeBron, the way LeBron plays, he almost should get the MVP almost every year.
Yeah.
Because he'll end up on a team that's, when he's not on the court, they don't do well. When he is, they win 6 out of 10 games, 8 out of 10 games. So, and that's very valuable. And so if somehow he's able to turn this around and he's able to do this in his old age, I mean, old basketball wise, he's 38, but which is crazy because players can't do like this. Like, I mean, the human body ain't even supposed to be able to do things like this after that much time. It makes no sense.
He got like 3-4 years, especially if he's talking like, we all know he's trying to play with his son, Bronny.
Yeah.
Now he's talking about playing. Now. They talking about the second son. I'm like, what? How many years you trying to play?
I mean, like, honestly though, here's the thing.
I was like, to me, you should, okay. For me, I was like, I think it is a great accomplishment if he was able to stay as long and play alongside his son, or you play against his son.
Right.
Like, his son is in the league at the same time as him. That's a good accomplishment. But LeBron, go ahead and call it while you healthy. Don't wait till your body to break down completely to go ahead and call the game.
Yeah, but for him, okay, think about this. Most players, when they get to the end of their career, they didn't change up their whole game. Think about Vince Carter near the end of his career. He's not high flying, doing all that no more. He's getting maybe a dunk every month, but he comes a spot up shooter, a defender, things like that. So we haven't even seen what he looks like in his decline years. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen, like, he's at year 2021, averaging 27. We haven't even. A lot of players end up having that at the end of their career, where they, even the high scoring players near the end of their career, they start getting to where they're scoring 17, 12, or, somewhere between 12 and 17 points a game.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen him drop below 20 yet.
Yeah, but at the same time,
he could do this for another 10 years.
But do you want to go out on top, scoring 27 a year, or do you want to be like, let me give another year to play with Bryce, averaging 15 or 17 points on my decline, but I got to play with my second son, or I just want to play until nobody can catch this year ever. Like, I think that's what he's trying to go for. Like, I want to play the 25 years, so nobody in the league can ever play 25 years. I have that record. Like, when is it good enough to go ahead and be like, now, if he's like on championship contending teams, and but if he's like
just taking up another roster
after this
spot.
year or two, like after he just kind of like, I think after his son gets in the league, I need to see where he at. Because if he's like, I don't care if he's balling, if he's not trying to get a ring, or his team's not be able to get a ring, like, is it really worth you still going out there just to prove that right now you're just ranking up on the all-time scoring leader board, just keep on ranking that up and then put in a number of years? Like, to me, I don't know if he's trying to do that from that angle, or like, all these stats that I'm doing, I don't want nobody to ever catch me. This ain't no, like, 40 years from now, nobody ever is catching me. That's why I feel like he's trying to.
Right. Man, and I don't know. And I think, like, because when I look at, like, just quickly glancing over it, like the Tom Brady, with him playing all these years and still being able to play at somewhat of a high level. I mean, they're not doing too good this year, but with him almost, and this isn't, I don't know, like, I don't know the exact, but it gives the appearance of, I'm choosing football over family.
Yeah.
So luckily, I guess LeBron had his kids early enough to where, and he's actually there. Like you see him at their games when he's in LA. You know, you'll see him on the sideline. You never really see Tom Brady with his. The only time I ever see Tom Brady with his sons is after he won the Super Bowl and he's kissing them on the lips. Like,
yeah, I mean, I
think, you know your son's favorite color? But like for LeBron, he's getting to.
It's red, Dad. It's red.
I know everything about Gronk. Gronk is my family. But I think for him, you know, it's like, hey, do you want to spend more time with your daughter, or you know, do you want to? But you regularly see him with his family. So it's like, if my family's all here and if my relationship with my wife is solid, rock solid, then I'm going to just play till the wheels fall off. Because it's not like she's saying, baby, can you come on now? Can you stop playing? Or, hey, can you spend time with us? He's spending the time. He's doing this. And because my sons both love the game like I love the game, I don't got to worry about, am I in the gym too much? Now I get to be like, y'all, come on, let's all go get some shots up. Let's work on our dunks. Let's work on our, you know. So now there is no reason for me to stop playing to spend more time with my kids if they get to come with me to
everything.
If they get to come with me to the games that they want to, they get to come to the practice, they get to soak up some of the game, talk to some of the other players and the coaches. So that's
a good point.
It allows me to feel more free. I don't have the pressure of what if I let my family down? What if am I staying away from them too long? Savannah been holding them down since forever. She probably is tired of them a little bit, but for the most part, it's a great family unit. And with that love and support, it make you want to do this forever. And he's been playing ball it's almost like I understand that he does know how to do a whole lot more. And I've seen him do a whole lot more. And he's made a whole lot of things happen. But your main thing is basketball. And you've been doing that more than you've done anything else.
And he played more in the NBA than
not
half his year. Half his age. So it's like,
well, because what is that? He's
38. He got 20 seasons.
So and he joined the league at 18, which means he's been in the league longer than he's not been in the league. So I only know this for the most part.
He only know NBA. That's why I hope he can get a team as well. They're talking about him trying to get a group together to buy a team, hopefully in I think Las Vegas.
Vegas, yeah, saw that. So, well, shoot, if Wade can get a partial ownership of the Jazz, you know LeBron got money to get something.
Yeah, but it's different. We trying to make another team though.
Yeah. Well, there's also like politics and partnership groups and stuff that goes into that as well. So I get that. But shoot, if anybody could do
it. Hey. Exactly.
Man. So yeah, man. This is gonna be exciting. I don't know. Honestly, for how do you feel about your team?
Yo, no.
Crypto whining again.
My team, you talk about Miami. Let's see. We don't look good. We don't look good. I think we 2-5, maybe. But yeah, we're not playing at the defensive level. I don't know. We didn't make any changes besides lose PJ Tucker. So we didn't make no advancement on like the team itself. I mean, some of our players are looking better. Like Tyler Hero looks better because he's playing more free because he got paid, like I was saying earlier. But from my standpoint, being a true fan, legit, like I think we'll still make the playoffs. Whether that's playing or not, we gonna make it in. But as in going deep, I don't know. Our shooters still look good, but it's like, to me, and this is what happened last year, I think we're missing another piece. Truthfully, I think we needed like a Bradley Beal or somebody, another scorer to go alongside Jimmy. But right now, what I'm looking at, I'm like, man, we just look like we struggling. Like even the team, like I think that we can beat like the Kings. We just lost to the Kings last night. So I'm like, man, it's like, I don't know what team we're going to have to battle. You know, like if you're watching your team play, you can go and see, oh, they about to play X team. Oh, we about to beat them. I ain't got to worry about this.
Right.
Every game, I'm like, hope we get out with this one. Hope we get out of this one. And then it is beginning, but I'm like, it ain't looking good. So that's why I'm like, I'm gonna keep it high faith on it right now, but we'll see. He might drain on me, so I might have to be one of those all around NBA fan.
Right. I just like basketball, you know.
I just love the game.
Man, I'm just to the viewers, to the listeners, comment who y'all think will be the East Coast, the East and West matchup for conference finals. So for now, and I'll probably switch it from week to week, honestly. But my East
hey, you
and
better
West,
stick with it. You better stick with it.
Man, I'm trying. So
I'm gonna keep you to it.
Here's where I'm at. West, Lakers versus Denver, or Warriors versus Warriors versus Nuggets. My bad.
For your conference finals?
Yeah, for my conference finals.
I was just about to say, if you said the Lakers, I was about to say, ain't no damn.
No, my bad. I just always be thinking Lakers in 6.
Okay.
But Warriors versus Nuggets in East Coast, I'm going Bucks versus Celtics. So almost sounds like an easy toss up for now.
Yeah.
You know.
You sleep on the Clippers. Clippers in the West.
I'm gonna sleep on them.
Clippers on the West.
I'm trying.
Celtics in the East.
Okay. Oh, so for that's your matchup at the finals?
Not the finals. This is the conference. The conference finals is gonna be Clippers and Warriors. East, I'm gonna say Bucks and Celtics.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll talk about the finals when
we
get a little bit later. We'll talk about the finals later.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So yeah, comment down below what y'all think for your top 4, 2 on each.
Yep.
And yeah, man, it's been a good one. Got a lot out.
Yeah, man.
Got a lot out.
First week though, man.
Yeah, it's a crazy first week. It's slow. To me, it's kind of slow, honestly. I've seen a couple of good plays. We've seen Jordan Poole, but a couple of other players that have like kind of made some good little names for themselves. But for the most part, it's slower than normal. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to see everything pick up and just watch some good old-fashioned basketball, man. We even got college coming up. So, yeah, I'm going to be checking out some of those as well. But, yeah, where can they find you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, JC2Bless. That's my platform. Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah. Me, I'm Dino Fit Dennis because the gym is called Dino Fit Life, and I'm Dennis. On Instagram, I'm thinking about coming up with a Twitch here soon just to talk to folks and everything like that. So might get into that a little bit. So yeah, for now it's just that. And Facebook, Dino Fit Life. And so now, shoot, whether we chat like bros or I debate you like an enemy, it's all fun and games. Just match my energy. Till next week.
All right, man.